Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. It is time for a Masters Level 3v3 ladder game featuring myself and Sommy and a random player versus another random team. Here on Black Site 2E, bottom side, we have Falcon Paladin playing Red Zerg, his teammate Sommy playing Protoss, and somebody spawned in random who got Zerg. It is Outcast. Team enemy is a Purple Terran player, J-Dux. We've got Jackie Chan, the yellow Terran player. Yo, come on, Brandon. We got a Protoss orange Deflorador. I don't know. This little spinning logo, somebody like eating. I don't know what that is, but I mean, looks like they're really enjoying it. Some kind of maybe like chicken or maybe smelling a rose. That is really hard to tell. It's kind of small, but I don't think I've ever seen an actual photo of a person in these. Anyway, let's see. Walling off against two Zergs. They don't know that Outcast spawned as Zerg, right? They have not scouted, but walling on the low ground on this map is a good idea regardless of what the other composition of the team is, because each player gets 3 bases if you do this, right? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, the back bases, and 1, 2, 3. And a 4th base, if you are brave enough to expand to the gold bases that are in the middle of the map. They are hotly contested, and we will see if anybody will take them in this match. I stream this on this channel, 3v3 ladder, every Friday at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time, as well at twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. All right, so hatch first in it is me. Hatch first in it is Outcast. And Sommy going 1 base and into an expansion here. So Gateway, Cybernetics Core, double gas, double pylon into Nexus. He said he doesn't know Protoss build orders, so maybe he should look some up at LOTV.spawningtool.com if he wants to play Protoss. Anywho, so double Terran. There is a moderate chance that one of them will go mass battle cruiser. 3v3 is very, very famous for that. And, oh my gosh. Wait. Yeah. J-Dux opening up 2 Reapers. Yeah, 2 Reapers and 3 more on the way. So got a mass Reaper player here. And I'm like, okay. I don't want to make Lings, but we will have to make Lings, won't we? Throwing down an Evolution Chamber to get myself an upgrade that will help against those Reapers. This is going to be Carapace. This is going to be +1. We will have to wait and see. Phoenix. Ooh, double Stargate here from Desflorador. I don't know. Is it Day? Deflorador? Who knows? Whatevs. Gonna be a lot of Phoenix from him, and then probably into carriers and whatnot. What is this? I feel like that is like a Michael Vey cover. Anyway, a lot of Reapers are here, man, and I'm like, my speed isn't done yet. Really can't help with these, but the Queens are doing okay, and I like that Outcast here is throwing up a spine. My Scouting Overlord gets sniped by Queens, but that's good advance notice, so safety spores are coming up in the regular time. And honestly, if there are a lot of Phoenix, 2 spores, maybe even 3 spores can help with that, but sometimes it doesn't. So my speed is now done. I've got a bunch of Lings out, more than I want. Ooh, these guys, this bad rally. I'm like, all right, so can we swipe these guys? Stalker's waiting for him up here. They're like, we can fight Stalkers. Screw you guys. They kind of can. All right, Reaper's juking back and forth here. Juking around and... no! Not the greatest Reaper control in the world here from J-Dux, despite his 150 APM. So what's he down to? He went into Marine production a minute ago, so he's got Marines. There is a Fusion Core. What did I tell you about Terrans and 3v3s, man? Fusion Core coming in from Jackie Chan. And I'm like, well, I made a bajillion Lings. Might as well go see what we can get done with these guys. The answer is, there's really nothing cover. I mean, this is a hard wall. Oh, there's a siege tank on the top of the wall. That's right. kind of camouflaged with all this yellow. Look at, he just fits perfectly into this area. Grays and yellows and stuff, and I'm over here trying to fight, but there's a million Marines on the high ground there, so, and a siege tank coming up, so I'm like, all right, cool. So this map is terrible for trying to get ling pressure on the enemy if they've walled low ground, which they definitely have. Woo, Tempest coming in from Somicron, getting tectonic destabilizers too early. This is a Tempest rush effectively. And all right, there's Phoenix, get another one of my overlords. I'm not supply blocked, only, I don't know, only because what? Who knows? Phoenix are like, we'll fight with you. We will fight with you, and okay, but, like no Tempest micro here at all, but that's okay, I guess. Yeah, Phoenix actually okay against Tempest. They do bonus versus light, and Tempest do bonus versus massive, so nobody's getting bonus attack damage here, but oh man. No safety cannons, no safety shield battery here. Not looking all that great for Somicron. We are sending some Hydralisks over. I like it. Outcast has some Hydras he's going to have join the party. They don't have the range upgrade. They don't have the speed upgrade either, but I assume those are being worked on. They are not currently. More Phoenix joining this setup here, and not quite enough Phoenix to lift those Hydras and kill them. Somicron getting a third base. I've got my third base back here, so I didn't quite follow the expanding conventions, but I am spreading creep, which I'm always very proud of doing. Makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. Even if I'm really just making drones on the other side of it. Got a lair coming in. I'm working on +1 missile attack. Because I'm like, all right, at some point... Oh, there's a drop in here, too, from J-Ducks. No! They're pressuring us so well. All right, drones are going down. Overlord's getting sniped here, too. Spore Crawler trying to get some shots off on these Phoenix. They're very carelessly kind of flying over those spores, but Marines handling one of them. So Hydroling combined to deal with this little group. It's a good position, but I'm fighting with the Broodlings, too. That actually worked out kind of accidentally well for me, and everybody dies, and the Medivacs get out of there without picking up the dudes they left on the ground because there were Hydras here and they didn't want to fight them. Stalkers being made by Somicron too. And there we go, Tempest shots happening at the same time. More Phoenix joining the party. Battle cruisers, boof, on the way from Jackie Chan here at 7 minutes. Creep spreading up the middle a little bit. Am I going to spread this way? Who knows? I've been really distracted by the fact that they've been very aggressive with drops and Phoenix here in the early stages of the game. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm going to get a macro hatch because I am starting to float a little bit of cash here. 600 gas, 800 minerals. I am saturating up, oversaturating this third base, and I could probably send these drones to this main base, but I'm not paying close enough attention to do that. Infestation coming in at 7 minutes. J-Ducks, what's your plan, sir? He's getting a fleet beacon. Phoenix can be a pretty viable strategy the entire game, but a lot of Protoss will transition into carriers after this early Phoenixy stuff, just because the enemy's going to make Hydras, right? Especially if there's 2 Zergs. And carriers will melt. Will melt. The Hydralisks. Not do as well against Tempest, though. I do wonder if maybe it makes more sense to stay in Phoenix here from this Florador, but hard to say. What's J-Docs up to? Just Marines, siege tanks, Medivacs, missile turrets. He's got his third base running and a 3-basing Terran versus 2 3-basing Zergs. It's not a tenable position here economically. It basically forces the Zerg players to get a 4th base on this map because 3 bases are so easy to get that there's just no reason that you can expect them to not take it, right? Terrans and Protoss, they're going to get their 3rd bases easy. Tough to break this. There's even Widow Mines behind this wall in case more Lings or Banelings show up. Siege tank. Man, these siege tanks are really hard for me to see. They really do blend in, even if they're not next. Well, I guess they're next to this yellow stuff. They're camouflaged a bit. A bit. Lurker Den here from Outcast. Like to see that one. And, oh, man, look at Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's getting a 4th base at the gold at 9 minutes. Love this from him. Where are his battle cruisers? Holy crap, there's a lot of battle cruisers. The thing is, he knows Tempests exist. And Tempests are a good answer to BCs just because, again, that bonus damage versus massive is really handy. Continuing to spread creep up the middle here. I'm working on Lings and Banes, and I'm trying to deal with the Marines and the siege tanks and all the stuff that J-Docs is making. I'm expecting my teammates to be the ones to deal. Like, I'm supposed to deal with this, right? Oh, they're going to cancel. The speed upgrade for the Hydras. Oh, that hurts. And they're going to get the Lurker Den is like, send your stuff over. And I'm like, I'm sending my stuff over, chill. And then they just get out. They're like, all right, got some tech. Sniped that tech, and it's all good. Everything's fine. So yeah, I'm expecting these guys, my blue teammates, to go for the anti-air. And I'm just going to go Ling Banes, probably into Ultras, because you know how much Falcon loves his Ultralisks, despite how generally bad they are. And I'm brave enough to get a 4th base at 10 minutes. But it's still very, very scary to do that. Tempest and BCs fighting. Yamato's getting tossed down very nicely. I like it. One of the BCs gets wiped out. Another one jumps. And this one, Tempests. Get him. Get him. Meanwhile, Phoenix trying to come in. I've got extra spores here. And by that, I mean, I think I have one. Nope, 2. I've got 2 spores. Hydra sniping out one of the Phoenix. Tempest getting in there as well. Tempest. Get a parting shot off on one of those Phoenix. And a battle cruiser jumps over here. There is a Tempest ready to chase it down. 2 Tempests. My Queen and my Spore help with it, but the Tempests do the lion's share of that battle. Another one jumps in, and once again, combined Tempest, Spore, Stalker energy, able to wipe it out. I've got a Hive. I am working on Chitinous Plating. I am at 155 total supply here. And I'm firing up 6 Ultralisks. Now, this base cannot stand against 6 Ultras. A lot of tanks out from J-Dux, though. Maybe more tanks than we'd expect, but if he understands that there are Lings and Banes and Hydras, tanks are a good response for him in order to make this work. So we're liking that quite a bit. Shield weapon, or shield upgrades coming in from Somicon. 140 supply for him. J-Dux at 182 supply. A lot of Marines, a lot of Medevacs. A lot of Siege Tanks getting his own 4th base up here. 4th base getting thrown down by Somicron. His Tempests are at +2 attack, +1 shields. Working on +3 attack now. And going to start, maybe try to harass a little bit here. He got Tectonic Destabilizers a eon ago. So he's able to take down these refineries very, very quickly, slowing down the gas income. Here come the Hydras to fight. And I'm like, oh man, I should probably, but this is happening. Can't do anything about this, but what I can do is maybe, Falcon, maybe you can help with, like, these Marines that are doing stuff. Where is my army? Guys, are they on the, they're over here for some reason, and I'm like, all right, screw it. We'll let these guys do whatever they want. I'm going to check to see if there's a base here. I actually do prevent this base from going down, which is a minor victory for my entire Ultraling Bane army. And then, okay, Tempest getting some shots off on my stuff. I just had to go after this planetary fortress. Meanwhile, enemy Tempest army is going after my 4th base that I so bravely took. I'm going to Baneling bust this planetary, and it goes down. I don't want to use all the Banelings on it because it's a waste, but then Siege Tanks come in, and I'm like, well, and I waste all of my Banelings on those tanks. The Ultras are like, well, I guess we'll try to clean the rest of this up, guys. We've got good upgrades. What are the upgrades here? +2 vehicle, +2 attack. Not actually the fantastic upgrades here from J-Duck, so he gets wiped out. The Tempests actually do bonus damage to Massive, which even counts for Ultralisks. So they're hurting my Ultras real bad. If they waste their shots on Lings, though, that's better for me. Look at those Ultras just melt. And that base goes down, too. So the only person with a gold base right now, as I decide to, I guess, head over this way and just try to go for a run-by counterattack. Widow Mine wipes out a ton of my Lings. Battle Cruisers overhead fire, and I do break down the front door. And I do wipe out this front door Siege Tank, but I'm not sure there's really much else I can do. I guess I'm knocking down the other door as well. Yamato wipes out those Ultras. Tempest wiping out these Ultras. The front door is now wide open. And I am falling into a bit of a trap where I like to just kind of trickle in units a few at a time here, but that's not how you want to do this, Falcon. Stop it. Stop trickling them in. Okay, so he's going to fall back, although Outcast is joining the party, and so is Somicron. So maybe I should be involved. Oh, look at this. This hatchery did not actually die somehow, some way. While you're on offense, probably should be expanding a little bit here too, blue teammates. Just a thought. Tempest versus Tempest. Upgrades are better for Somicron, but I think there are more Tempests from Desflorador. So, all right, Hydras come marching in. Where is my army? Not great. I have 84 total supply. I've lost a total of 15 Ultralisks already here in 14 minutes. Hydras trying to help win this fight, but man, Desflorador has a ton of Tempests here, and then a battle cruiser jumps across the map. And, yep, they're going to wipe out my attempt at a gold base because, well, sneezing on it would have killed it, right? Then the Tempests are like, hey, at least there's revenge. One battle cruiser down for a hatchery is not exactly a great trade for the Terran player. Lurker's trying to do some stuff, but scans and air is enough to deal with that. No problem whatsoever. So, team enemy, 150, 110, 160 supply. Team good guys, 102, 86, and 143 supply. The temp is not quite doing as well here for Somicron as he was hoping, but he is still providing a lot of damage against the enemy Tempests and the enemy battle cruisers especially. I made an accidental swarm host, so I'm basically rogue at this point. That's what all the elite Zerg players do, is they make single swarm hosts. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll scout with my swarm host and fly it up over here and see if there's a base. And spread some creep up here too. So they provided some value. Look at that. That's definitely some value. Sneaking all the way around the southerns. Look at them hugging the borders of this map with a bajillion Tempests. 19 Tempests with 1/1 upgrades and tectonic destabilizers. My hatchery is no match for that. No siree, Bob. And I'm like, well, can't do anything about that. So time to counterattack again, I guess. If the Tempests are here, they're not defending the homeland. And Outcast trying to take a fourth base over here. It gets battle cruiser down. Fourth base of Somicron is rolling quite nicely. The Hydra's run over to try to deal with this, and then my ultras are like, here goes nothing. Eating Widow Mine shots. High ground siege tanks causing problems. The Swarm Host really should just fire at some point here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this is making the battle cruisers come home. We're killing some Marines and stuff, but and I no. Oh, this base. Horrendous death experience there. Avenging with Hydras, with Tempests. Trying to get those guys back out of it. Jackie Chan has got his fourth base back. High ground gold base. My creep spread is preventing... it was preventing somebody from expanding here, but Scan is the great nemesis. Purple on purple creep is actually a little bit sneaky, honestly, in a game like this. Kind of hard to see on the mini-map. Shield battery overcharge, Popeye Somicron. That does force Jackie Chan back. Where am I? Am I still sending wings across here? Yep. Killing a bunch of SCVs. So that's another one. Friendly fire down. Mothership engages her cloaking. And now these are invisible. Do we have detection, you guys? Yamatos. No, what a combination of just mass sky fleet for the enemies here. The battle cruisers don't get the party to kind of jump in. Mothership goes down, gets target fired. Hydras getting some good hits off, mostly because everybody's worried about the Tempest more so than the Hydralisks. And then siege tanks roll in, but they roll in a little bit too far and get sniped out. I am just trying to rebuild my economy here. I barely have anything going whatsoever. My teammates are doing much better than I am. And they are definitely carrying. The creep prevents Jackie Chan from landing where he wants to on this gold base. Nobody's tried to take this gold, which is hilarious. And J-Dux is long distance mining from this right side base after taking it from Outcast. So we are really just struggling to get 4 bases up here today. And that's just, it's a recipe for disaster if you're a Zerg player. To try to get a 4th base against, you know, a 3-basing enemy Protoss or Terran. It means you're in a tough position economically. +3 vehicle weapons on the way. These siege tanks are mean. Tempests, though... Okay, alright, I like it. Into cannons, into Hydras. Heard a couple lurker spines in here. Yeah, there's some lurker spines in here. Battle cruisers, and my gosh, this base is just under siege. Literally all of the time. Goes down again. Falcon keeps losing his 4th base. But by golly, he's going to keep trying. This Widow Mine didn't even find anything to fire on because those Lings died too quickly. Carriers are in the mix now from Desflorador. It is 140, 99, 145 supply for Team Enemy right now. 57, 142, and 139 for Team Good Guys. Numbers are not looking good for us. But the Tempest Lurker combo's actually kind of working well here. Hydras, who are stepping forward to protect the tanks, are getting wiped out. I don't know. Where did they go? Oh, and then they joined the party. Desflorador and Jackie Chan show up. Wipe out this 4th base of Somicron. He loses it again. Again. Lurker kind of harassing this long distance mining operation here. Hydra's just doing their best. It's just Hydra Lurker from Outcast. I think Corruptors might have been a better choice for him if he was going to help us with the anti-air. I do Baneling bust down this planetary. So many bases have died today. 4th bases are incredibly hard to come by, and that's how it should be here on Black Site. It is intended to be difficult to hold a 4th base on this map because they're gold, and it just makes the attempt to take them worth more. Yeah, man, Des Floridor basically maxed out, 175 supply, just turns, notices. I cancel it before it dies, so that's good for me at 50 total supply. At least I have upgrades. I've got 3/3 for my Ling's Banes and Ultralisk, Anabolic Synthesis, Chitinous Plating, Adrenal. I just don't have anything, and this base dies again. Because I am just not capable of making anything to counter this stuff at all. The Lurker Hydra play of Outcast is freaking sweet over here, though. Tempest covering from Somicron, too. Yeah, sniping off Medivacs is going to help a lot. And these Marines keep getting dragged into these Lurkers. Not what they want. Oh, my gosh. That's enough Tempest to one volley down a battle cruiser. None of the BCs want to get involved in this. I don't know if they want any of this smoke. Meanwhile, I'm just getting wrecked. My Ultralisk Cavern dies immediately. My Hive goes down immediately. And the Tempest of Somicron with the Lurkers of Outcast are shutting down any attempt to have a position over here on the right side by Team Enemy. That said, Falcon's at 45 supply right now. The Hydras come in. And try to focus down. Okay, they get a couple carriers before the recall gets off, and I'm like, ooh, 36 supply Falcon. Battle cruisers jumped over, but again, Jackie Chan doing this when there is mass Tempest is a little bit puzzling. I feel like he should have tech switched into something else at some point. I am... Okay. Falcon is just... I have 17 Lings and an Ultralisk. I'm going to try to do what I can without running afoul of the enemy giant Sky Fleet, if I can help it. I'm like, well, let's see here. I'm going to check to see if they have these bases. No, good for us. Ooh, pick off SCVs have been sent out here. How many workers does everybody have? 27 for J-Dux, 41 for Jackie Chan, 60 for Des Floridor, 19 for me. I've not been doing a great job of reducing enemy worker count, although a ton of SCVs just wandered up here as Des Floridor retreats from the Hydralisk Tempest combination of Somicron and Outcast. Hydralisk then dies for the 2nd time today for Outcast, which is not what you want. J-Dux, he's got a few Marines inside of Medivac that he'd like to introduce, maybe to Outcast stuff. Okay, but seriously, he keeps sending battle cruisers over here, and they continue to die. Look at him unload here. How many battle cruisers have died today? 36 BCs! That is an intense amount. I'm trying to get my gold base back. I haven't really bothered to take this one back, although maybe it is worth it. It's hard to tell. Those are small-looking mineral patches, though, yeah? Landed Viking. Okay, Jackie Chan moves into Vikings to deal with the enemy Tempests. I like it. And my gold base gets canceled again. This is just not allowed to happen. There's the only way I could defend it, I think, is with if I win Corruptors, which I am just not interested in doing today. The Landed Vikings are attacking Outcast's hatch. My Lings will murder the Landed Vikings. But then he can lift and get out of there. So he doesn't have to stick around, but then he does, unfortunately. And oh no, my Adrenal Lings murdered. Saved. Look at this. I'm participating. Sort of, but 26 total supply. I get in here going after more SCVs. This base of Jackie Chan's is in a lot of trouble. The worker counts are plummeting for both of the Terran players here. Sure, go ahead. Okay, I was going to say, let your Liberator try to kill every one of my Lings, but then a million charge lots showed up, and it wasn't actually that big of a deal. J-Dux GG's out. He's like, well, I got nothing left. I have 17 SCVs, 2 tanks, and a Liberator, so I'm dead. And then it looks like this Floridor's like, microing is for chumps, as these Hydras, Outcast does have full upgrades on these Hydras. They wouldn't be doing as well, I don't think, if there wasn't the Tempest support. Jackie Chan taps out, and bam! That's it. Winners, Falcon Paladin, Somicron, and Outcast. Falcon Paladin with a wonderful 17 total supply. His army consists of 1 queen. It was a definite struggle bus game for Falcon today, but you know, that's why you got teammates. That's why I like 3v3s. I can be a struggle bus, but my teammates can be awesome. Look at them, taking 4 bases, holding on to them to some extent. I really did my best up here, but wasn't going to happen, not with mass Tempests. And yeah, Somicron, 23 Tempests, end of the game. 28 Hydras, a few Lurkers here from Outcast, like not maxed out. Not even close, but getting some good trades, I would say. Resources lost here today, yeah. 30, 34, and 28 for Team Enemy. I had 34,000 resources lost, but only 24 and 28 for Somicron and Outcast. Plus, we had the extra income. That's how we won this game. It was an economic win for sure, preventing them from keeping a fourth base, preventing them from having a gold base for any real length of time, while having our own fourth bases on some amount of time. Anyway, that was fun. That was a really fun 3v3, 24-minute 3v3 game. Nice job, Somicron. Nice job, Outcast. I did help, I guess. I killed a lot of workers. 59 workers dead for J-Duck, 65 dead for Jackie Chan, and only 6 for Desflorador. He kept his workers alive on some level. Oh, I made 2 swarm hosts today. How did I do that? I don't know. But end of the day, let's see, how many? 42 Tempest died for Somicron, but 24 Tempest died for the enemy, Desflorador, and 16 Phoenix, and a Mothership. 148 Hydras went down. It was just kind of basic. Everybody kind of stuck to what they were doing, with the exception of kind of a Viking tech switch there away from battle cruisers from Jackie Chan eventually. He probably could have done it a little bit better, I want to say. He probably could have tech switched earlier and more efficiently and gotten some work done, but anyway, that was good. It was très bien. Very, very fun 3v3. Again, teammates are good to have. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a 3v3 fastest, not a fastest. Wow, my brain was stuck on Brood War for a second there. 3v3 ladder match. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.
Is before us. Our honor guides us.